Fabien, I want to know how you came to India because we were just having this conversation about your struggles in India. I want to understand how did you go from being a kid in Belgium to now being a legendary entrepreneur across the world and being located in India in Gandhinagar. It's pretty strange, like nothing really adds up. So tell me about your story.
So actually, India is the first company I launched, first subsidiary I launched. It was 17 years ago. And the company grew quite well, but it stuck around 200 employees for a few years. And so I came here to help the team grow faster because it's not normal. Usually at Odoo, companies go way much faster and become big and so on. And the India's potential is so big. I mean, it's close to 1/5 of the world population, huge middle class, fast growth of the GDP, 8% per year. The potential is great. It's open. It's in English. That we couldn't miss the opportunity. So I said, okay, it's worth for me to relocate myself and the family to come here.
And your family too?
Yes, with the kids and wife.
Why do you believe in the growth story of India so much?
I mean, do you know any better country than that? 1/5 of the population, speak English, open, fast growth, entrepreneur mindset. Do you know any other country?
No, I'll be biased because I love my country too much.
I know it too.
Wonderful. So what's your story like? Where did you start and how did you enter the space? Because I was just studying the space and it turns out to be a very, very competitive space. You've got Zoho, you've got SAP, you've got Microsoft, and then you have Odoo. So, and recently your name has started to come up more often in India. So my question is, how did you start? Like, where does the story of Odoo start?
So I started as a solo entrepreneur and I did a lot of things. And I've always been passionate about development. I'm a developer, a computer engineer, and enterprise management. That's the two things I like. And doing Odoo was kind of putting my two passions together.
Okay.
And I remember a blog from Paul Graham, Y Combinator. He said, if you want to do something big in business, if you want to have an impact, you have to fix a very complex problem. And I was like, oh, enterprise management seems complex between inventory, accounting, website marketing, human resource. There's so much to do that it's the kind of problem where I will have fun for a few decades.
Which year was this?
It was 20 years ago.
12 years ago.
I started the company 20 years ago. I launched the Indian subsidiary 17 years ago, and I relocated to India 18 months.
Okay, so let's have this timeline straight. Can you give me by year as to when did you start the company? 2004, if I'm correct?
Yes.
Then you launched in India 17 years ago.
Yes, so 2007 or something, yes.
Okay. Cool. And you relocated to India about?
18 months ago.
18 months ago, which would be 2022?
Two.
Okay. So in 2004, I don't know if Zoho was too big, but then SAP was very, very big.
Yes.
So my question is, when there was already an SAP, why did you think the world needed an Odoo?
No, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't think that way. You're not thinking about how can I compete. You just think about, and that's the way I did, do a good product. I want to serve client, have a great product, make something useful, fix all the problems. You know, when you see how small and mid-sized company work, you see problems everywhere. They spend time, they do administrative work, they record data in a system. So many time wasted and people suffer from that. So my driver has always been, I want to help them. I want to do something useful. I want to have a better way to build websites, to do your accounting, to do inventory management. And that has always been my only driver. I always thought that we don't have competitors. So if you look at the market, there are obviously plenty of enterprise software, but none of them is simple. None of them has all the feature an SME need. Most of them are not affordable for small companies. And the ones that are affordable, they just do one thing, like MailChimp to send email or Tally for your accounting. But just one thing. They don't cover all your business needs, so you have a mess of integrating them together. So for me, it was more about cracking a market in a way that doing something that nobody succeeded to do, which is make enterprise management software affordable and simple for SMEs.
Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the Indian Business Podcast. If you find value in our work, please hit that subscribe button because for you it might be a zero effort task, but for us, that subscriber count is an important instrument to get great guests to our podcast and to make this podcast better for you. So if you find value, please subscribe.